All right, I'm going to do a code along where we're going to make a Kung Fu Panda character search application. Okay, one of my favorite movies is Kung Fu Panda. It's an awesome mixture of comedy and action and drama. Super good movies. Okay, anyway, we're going to get started here with just doing some of the basic logic. There is some start code to this. So hold on, where are we? Right here, Kung Fu Panda. We're going to get the start code. So again, the start code is just shared on GitHub. So I'm going to copy and paste that URL, or just copy it for now. And then when I go to Replit, signed in here, go to my basic training, create a new REPL, import from GitHub, paste that address in here and import. And hopefully it works smoothly. Anyway, the main idea here is we're going to ask the user for a name, a Kung Fu Panda character name. And if it's a valid name, then we'll display it onto the screen. A picture, maybe their name and a quote. If it's not a valid name, then we'll just tell them, hey, this doesn't work. Okay, it looks like it's not doing that preview thing again. Let's just try to hit, like we've got all the files here. Let's try to hit refresh. And hopefully, okay, there we go. Now it's at least got the white screen, and when I hit run, it shows up. Okay, good stuff. Okay, and actually we're not going to worry about the HTML interaction right now. Like eventually they're going to type in, Viper, and you click the button, hit search. But for this video, I just want to go through the logic, the Boolean logic with if statements, just with like alert and prompt, just to make sure that we're understanding this. Okay, so we've got our HTML, we've got some images. And this is for like when we get this working, if we do hit search on Viper, we'll show an image of Viper or mantis or monkey, tigress, crane, all the fabulous. It's a oh, I'm a fanboy, but I forget the names. Is it the Fantastic Five, the Fabulous Five, the Ferocious Five? I can't remember. Anyway, and we've got all this GitHub stuff and Replit stuff. These quotes are going to come in handy later because each character has a quote that we can use. We've got our style.css, but what we are missing is our JavaScript. So I'm going to go down to the end of my body here, Control / to do a comment where I just say I'm going to load my JavaScript. And the load JavaScript, we use that script tag. Right? Remember, we can write JavaScript inside of here, but I want to do the source equals, and I'm going to just call it script.js. And we need that file. So I can just hit add file, script.js. Great. And let's just do an alert hi, just to make sure this is working. There it is, hi, good. Okay. So like I said, the key idea, I'm just going to do a title here, Kung Fu Panda character search. And the key idea here is first, let's just get some input. So let name be assigned prompt, enter a name. Okay, and then check the name. So that checking the name is where I need to use an if statement. Right? The if statement is going to say, well, let's test this variable. And maybe we can do a quick little, just make sure this works. Let's just alert name, enter a name, and I'll say tigress, and it outputs tigress. Okay, so I'm getting that name, storing in a variable. Now what I want to do is I want to test that name. So let's just do that. Let's say if name, and I'm going to check for equality here. And remember, we have all these different in Boolean expressions here, we have these different comparison operators. Equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, all that stuff. Okay. So in here, I'm going to say if name is equal to, right? So triple equals to check for equality. And if it equals the string tigress, I'll just alert, yes, tigress is a Kung Fu Panda character. Exclamation mark. Awesome. Okay, so let's try that. So run, I type in tigress, and it has to match exactly capital T-I-G-R-E-S-S, and if it does, it runs this line of code. Awesome. If it doesn't, Whoops, I hit refresh there. I'm supposed to hit refresh here. Oh, no, I broke it. No, it's connected. Okay, good. All right, if I hit run and I type something else that's not Tigris, nothing happens. Right? Maybe I'll just add an alert here saying goodbye to show that this is kind of the program continues after the if statement. So if I type in something that doesn't, if this isn't true, it won't run that code and it'll just say goodbye. Okay. And we could do other things too, of course, right? If name equals Crane, yes, Crane is a Kung Fu Panda character. We'll try that. Oh, what did I do? Did I spell it wrong? If name equals Crane, like that. Okay. Yes, Crane is a Kung Fu Panda character. Okay, good. And then it still does the goodbye, right? It ran this code. That's the whole idea of selection statements, right? Now, this is just a unary if statement. It's saying, if this is true, do this. Otherwise, don't do anything. Just continue the program. I can add an else here. So I turn it into a binary. If this is true, do this. Else, I'm going to alert the message that is not a Kung Fu Panda character. Spell. Okay, so now let's try that. So if I type in Crane, this should be true and it'll alert this. It won't do this line of code because that's only if this is false, and then it should say goodbye. So yes, and then goodbye. Okay. And if I enter something that isn't Crane, it'll say that is not a Kung Fu Panda character, right? So it's choosing, do I run this code or do I run this code? This is now false, so it runs this code, and then I will alert goodbye. Okay, awesome. Now the other thing is I've got a bunch of Kung Fu Panda characters here, so we could have Crane, but we could also check for, well, let's check for Po, the main character. Yes, Po is a Kung Fu Panda character. And then I could add else if, like this. So I'm just going to set that up first like that. And if I add an else if in here, I can check for something else. If name equals Po, great. Else if name equals Viper, I'm going to copy and paste that line, and it'll say, yes, Viper is a Kung Fu Panda character. Okay, and then I can add as many of these else ifs as I'd like. I'm actually going to copy and paste that into here a couple times. Can't remember how many characters. Actually, you know what? I'll only do a couple here, and maybe you can finish the rest. Let's do Mantis, maybe. We'll say yes, Mantis is a Kung Fu Panda character. And this is now a chained selection statement, right? I'm going to select this or this or this, and if none of these are true, I'll go to that final else that says that is not a Kung Fu Panda character. Let's try it. So if I type in Mantis, this will be false, so it'll go to the else. It'll check this, that'll be false, so it'll go to the else. It'll check this, and that'll be true, so it should run this code. And then because this is true, it'll skip this final else and then just go goodbye. Yes, Mantis is, and then goodbye. Okay, and you can add as many else ifs as you want here. And the characters that I have images for are Crane, you could add, Monkey, and we did Viper already, and Tigress. No, I didn't do Tigress. You can add Tigress too. Okay, so that is the main logic, right? And in the next video, I think we'll add the HTML where I'll just get this input. Instead of prompting, I'll get the input from the input element when I click the button, right? So I'll add an event listener. And then I'll check it the same way as this, but instead of alerting, we're just going to update the page to show their picture and their name and all that good stuff. Okay, so really simple Boolean expression where we just checked for equality, and then we looked at a unary, a binary, and a chained selection statement. Okay, hope that made sense. Take care. In the next video, we'll get this working better. Okay, take care.